This is IGN. Coming up, the Nintendo Switch 2 has become the fastest-selling Nintendo console in UK history. Welcome to your IGN Daily Update. But first, James Gunn has confirmed a new Wonder Woman movie is officially in development, saying it's being written right now. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly to promote the upcoming launch of Superman, DC Studios co-head Gunn said this new Wonder Woman movie is being developed separately to the already announced Paradise Lost HBO Max series. At the height of competition between the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the DCEU in the late 2010s, the first Wonder Woman film was one of the latter's undeniable success stories. The 2017 film received largely positive reviews and pulled in over $800 million at the global box office. 2020 sequel Wonder Woman 1984, however, was a significant letdown, dividing critics and failing to recoup its budget theatrically. The movie was released day and date on HBO Max and in theaters because many filmgoers were still hesitant to go out during the pandemic. And in the wake of Call of Duty Black Ops 7's announcement, the one designed to feel like a surprise Beyoncé album drop, both Activision and Nintendo are said to be working on getting the long-running first-person shooter franchise on Switch. But does that mean Black Ops 7 will be on Switch too? Black Ops 7's announcement trailer, which you can see at IGN.com, does not include launch platform logos, but Activision has confirmed it's due out across Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and PC via Xbox PC, Battle.net, and Steam. No mention was made of Switch 2, but there is a reason Nintendo fans were expecting Switch 2 to be on the list of Black Ops 7's launch platform specifically, and it all ties into promises made back in 2023. In February 2023, Microsoft signed a 10-year agreement to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo gamers the same day as Xbox, with full featuring content parity. The agreement was part of Microsoft's effort to get its $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard over the line in the face of resistance from the Federal Trade Commission and other regulators across the globe. The concern was that Microsoft might have pulled Call of Duty from PlayStation or made the game on rival platforms inferior in some way. In a statement released to IGN, Activision said it and Nintendo were still working on bringing Call of Duty to Switch. We're committed to getting the franchise on Switch. Both teams are working on it. We'll share details when ready. Nintendo Switch 2 was the company's biggest UK console launch in its history, early sales data has revealed, beating the previous record holder, the Nintendo 3DS. That said, according to sales data from Nielsen IQ reported by the Game Business, Switch 2's UK launch sales were still lower than those of the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S in the country. While a full tally of Switch 2 sales is yet to be publicly revealed, it will be north of the 113,000 units Nintendo 3DS shipped in the UK back in 2011. Indeed, it is reportedly more than double that of the supply-constrained Switch 1, meanwhile, which sold over 80,000 units in 2017. To a large degree, Nintendo has avoided the same kind of hardware shortages for Switch 2 that were seen around the UK launches of both the Switch 1 and the Wii, when some customers faced weeks of waits in order to finally get their hands on new consoles. So why hasn't Switch 2 beaten PS4 and Xbox Series X and S in the UK, or PS5 even, which suffered from particularly bad stock shortages for months after arrival? Well, as the Game Business reports, the UK has always been a comparatively tough market for Nintendo due to the popularity of both Sony and Microsoft consoles. High ownership of all three major platforms has meant market share is more divided than in other countries, where Nintendo holds a clear advantage over either Sony or Microsoft's machines, like in Japan, or in other countries where PlayStation has an even greater margin over Xbox. It's also worth noting the price of the Switch 2 in the UK, a relatively steep £395.99 without Mario Kart World, and £429.99 with Mario Kart World. Unverified Switch 2 market data from France was shared online by a noted sales insider, WCCF Tech reported. This claimed that Switch 2 had sold 200,000 units in the country at launch, doubling the record of the previous fastest-selling console, the PS5. Additionally, the attach rate of Mario Kart World, or the amount of Switch 2 console owners with the game, was reportedly over 95%. Nintendo forecast 15 million global sales of the Switch 2 and 45 million game sales for its current financial year ending March 31st, 2026. Some analysts have called that figure conservative. Nintendo has said it's aiming for a launch on par with the first Switch. That's your IGN Daily Update. My name is Tony Jackson, and if you want more news on your favorite games and entertainment topics, make sure to visit us at IGN.com. You can also download our free app on your phone or console and subscribe to our weekly podcast through the podcast service of your choice.
Spoken Layer.